Welcome to Rock, Paper, Scissors. This is my channel teaching different art lessons. My name is Deborah, and today we're going to learn how to draw the figure. We're going to start with a figure doodle, which is everyone's favorite. But before we do, I want to show you a little bit about the history of figure drawing. People have been interested in drawing the figure for thousands of years because figures tells us the story of people, and people like to tell stories, remember their stories, and hear the stories of other people's stories. That was an ancient Egyptian piece, and we have a piece. This is, sorry that it's a nude goddess, but that's another subject matter people like to draw because you learn a lot, but that wasn't the point of this. This was done about 4,700 years ago. It almost looks like a modern piece, but it's very simplified, yet it's still in proportion. This was also done at a time, I think, when nudity was not seen as an embarrassment as it became. But let's flash forward to the 19th century, and thousands of years of art went by and human stories. But right now we're looking at a poster by Toulouse-Lautrec, and he liked to show people's stories, everyday people, people of different economic classes, people with stories they didn't want to publicize. This is actually a famous poster depicting an older man with his lover who was believed to be a prostitute. So it was very scandalous to create this public piece of art advertising the nightclub. Nightclubs became a popular destination because electric light had just come to the cities. So Paris, besides being the first city to have electric light at night, lighting up the cities, started nightlife, which we still enjoy. This is a famous sculpture, and what's it called? Yes, everyone knows this piece. It's The Thinker by Auguste Rodin. In the sculpture process, he actually made a mold, and then they cast several sculptures that are identical, all made out of bronze, and this one is in San Francisco at the Legion of Honor, sitting in front. It's beautiful, more than life-size. These are all done in proportion, and we're going to get to proportion in a minute, but let's just start with where most people are at, which is they might just want to draw, when told to draw a stick figure, draw a pick person, they'll just draw a stick figure to symbolize a person. And this person, the stick figure, has no recognizable body parts, unbendable arms and legs, unmovable spine. So I'm going to take you beyond that. I don't want you to draw those I call lollipop people anymore. No more lollipop people. So I'm going to teach you a couple of easy ways to draw people. You can, and I'd love you to practice by doodling. Doodle, doodle. Don't dawdle, doodle. So there's an artist, an Italian artist, and I think his name is Bersati, and he's an art teacher, and he calls these stick people that he's going to develop having more soul than our lollipop people. And instead of lollipops, we're going to start with shapes. So there you can have, triangle shapes or oval shapes or rectangle shapes, And these shapes are the torso. That's the part of the body between the neck and the hips. And then I'm going to add a head. And this person's going to be diving. And this person's going to be, I don't know what they're going to be doing. We'll figure that out later. So the legs tell the story. The legs, his legs, are curved. So instead of a straight line, I'm going to do a curved line. And that shows where the knee might be. And this person is walking. I'm going to also give them some feet. And, oh, let's see. Maybe they're walking a dog. So I'm going to give them some hands and a leash. And here's their little doggy. But you don't have to draw the dog. I'm just telling a story. Okay? And then this person is diving into a swimming pool. So their arms, once again, curved lines. You can add circles or fingers for hands. And the legs, again, bent lines, long lines, because your legs are, half of your body is leg. This person's happy, and this person's happy. And then, of course, these people can do more than lollipop stick figures. So this person's going to be kneeling, and they got feet. And maybe they're gardening. So they've got plants that they're going to stick in the ground. There's a hole in the ground. And they're looking down. And with these people that I love to draw, you can also add hair and clothes. You know, maybe they're even wearing pants. You know, you can add patterns. And don't forget your hands and feet. Okay. So draw lots of those. Those, you know, gets the head moving, because art makes you think. I want you to think about different positions. What do you do in the morning? You wake up, you stand up, you lift your arms up, you brush your teeth, you walk into the kitchen, you reach for a box of cereal. So all the things you do, you walk down a flight of steps. And let's see, and then I'm just going to take a few minutes to make this 10-minute video. What I have developed, and I call this the artist stick figure. And it's sort of like his thing here. But again, I start with a head, okay? And maybe I'll have a little neck, just a little neck. And then I'm going to draw a thin rectangle for the arms. And out of each corner of this rectangle comes the limbs. These are like the bones. So the arms are same length lines. And they're the same length, actually, of your head and neck there. And each bone is about the same size. I'm not being super anatomical here. I'm just going to make little circles for hands right now. The hips also come out of the corners. And again, half of your body is leg. And these bones, again, are about the same length as your arm bones. So hip to knee, knee to ankle, and a little, I'll show you, a little triangle for the foot. So this leg is bent now. What's nice with these people is they are a little more realistic. And again, I want you to just practice doing people doing different things. So here's a person, perhaps they're doing a cartwheel. So you can also draw the fingers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I just want you to practice these figures. The Barsati figures, stick figures with soul, or Miss Green's. These are my invention artists. I call it the artistic figure. Whenever I draw people, I always start with an artistic figure, even if it's the most serious artwork in the world. Stay tuned, watch my next video on proportions and taking it from artistic figure to an actual drawing of a person. See you later. Love you. Bye-bye. Thanks for coming.